Hey y'all, I'm Wheezy with Prissy Pearls and Outlaws Customized, and I'm going to show y'all today how to make a design dirty pour tumbler. So a few things that I have here that I picked up locally. I have just a regular baking pan from Dollar Tree. I think they come like 2 for $1. I want to say that I got this for like $2 or $3 from Walmart, because whenever you're doing the dirty pour, you lose a lot of acrylic paint. And I've never tried this before, and I was like, you know, it might be cool to catch a little bit of that design on the canvas just for the heck of it. And this right here is just a regular baker's rack from Dollar Tree as well. I want to say it was like 2 for $1 or something like that. So this is how I have everything laid out, just to keep everything out of the acrylic paint so it can kind of just trickle down. I have a random cup that my tumbler will fit on top, and I have that sitting there just in the middle of that. I have this down so low so y'all can see the tumbler whenever I get it on top of this cup. See? There you go. Y'all can see that pretty well. And this right here is a pre-prep tumbler. This is actually a take 2 for me because I wasn't too satisfied with the first one I did. So I just wiped it down and I'm going to redo it. These right here are drain stoppers. They strain whatever goes down your drain. And I got these off, I think they were like 4 for maybe $8 off of Amazon. And you just put that in the middle of the tumbler. Then you also need random colors, whatever colors you want in acrylic paints. And I got all of these from Michael's. I have purple, neon pink, neon yellow, neon green, and neon orange. And I've already shook these up really well, so I did dilute them earlier, and I know some people do dilute them, but there's no right or wrong way to do this. I don't have the best luck whenever I dilute them, so I just put straight paints on it, and you do lose a little bit more paints like that, but I'm just starting here going around with each color, and you just have fun with it more than anything. And you'll start getting a really cool design pouring out the sides in a minute. And you just keep pouring until you start getting whatever you want in the consistency of how much you need there. And like I say, you can keep going or slow down, because you think there's a lot of paint that's still backed up here. But you see those cool lines that are starting to... Let me see if I can move this over closer to y'all. Look at those lines starting to come down in there. And then as they continue to pour, see it's starting to trickle around. What was the last color I used? Green. And they'll start pulling each color down as they go. All I see so far really is a little bit of yellow, orange, and green so far. We should start seeing some pink and purple soon. And there's really no way to speed this process up. Now, if you do the straight dirty pour where you mix all the colors into some water and all, and you just pour everything over top, that goes a little bit quicker. And if you notice, say if you notice that the main amount from up here has started coming out, what you can take is, I used this earlier, but you can take a popsicle stick and you can start filling it in down the sides like that. Hold on a minute, I'm in an angle y'all can't see. There we go. And the paint will start filling down into those designs. Or not designs, but in those little empty spots right there. And you won't be able to see that mess that I just made there. And once this gets finished, you're going to want to let this dry for a good at least 24 hours so that you know that everything, all those layers of paint there are cured. I won't be able to turn this in a minute because I think I'll probably have paint everywhere, but if you notice, there's some purple starting to show there. And if you see here, we are all the way down the side there. And you can just keep playing with it if you want to add more paint. But I will say this, it will stretch more of those colors out as it sits there, the longer it sits. So say for instance, it sits there like an hour, you're going to see more of the other colors, although you can't see them right now. You'll eventually be able to see more of those colors as it pulls those lines out. Here we go, I see some really pretty pinks and purples coming out right there. Down that side. Let me see if I can adjust my light a little bit. Maybe not. It's trying. But I know I see some purple or pinks coming out there along with the purples. And there's a lot of pink coming out right here on this side. See it up there at the bottom rim? And all I'm doing here is kind of filling in these colors right here, or these opening spots that are not covered. And they'll fill in just a minute. I've actually done them before, and I thought it would fill in on its own, and sometimes they will. But in a circumstance like this, being that I am using thicker paints, it doesn't necessarily always do that. And I'm actually not getting as much excess on the bottom as I thought I would on the canvas. I'm going to continue the process one more time through some colors and see if it will push some more colors through. I should have did the colors in a little bit different pattern, but I didn't think about it until after I started. There we go. We have some colors starting to push through now. I knew I was going to put my fingers right in that. Do y'all see how cool that looks? And you can keep going with those colors as well. Look how cool that looks. Here's the, look at that right there. I have a mess all over my fingers. It's part of crafting, right? But now this'll have a better base of those lines there where you can see the lines coming down. And it has more of a mix of the colors. And you just keep playing with it until you get happy with it. Just don't be like me and keep going until you mess it up. I'm good about that because I just don't know when to stop sometimes. But like I said, I would leave this after you get it to your desired colors. I'd leave it and let it dry, cure really good, at least 24 hours before you put epoxy on it. And then once you put epoxy on it, slap your decal on there or a name, or just leave it blank. Just with the colors, looks cool enough. But I hope y'all enjoyed this. Have a good one. Bye.